to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tells the wind all her secrets. They blow out to sea, wash up on beaches. Then the water knows her truths. And when the moon lights up her face, her freckles mirror the stars in space. And she knows where she came from. Bravely climbs her greatest mountains, walks 1,000 miles, but who's counting? Then one day she sees how far she's come. She knows she's never alone, for in her body she's found home, and the freedom is so sweet. Got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. She leaves away footprints. She finds stillness in the rides it all for love, doubles her fortune, buys a new pair of gloves so she can sleep under the stars. She's got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. When put in words, it's my human revolution. When put in motion, it won't stop moving. I've got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and I follow where it tells me to go. I fall in love with love. I see the world from above, and this moment is the only time I know. I've got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and I follow where it tells me to go. I fall in love with love. I see the world from above, and this moment is the only time I know.
Good morning or afternoon. Which one is it? I guess it's afternoon. I got carried away. I had to do a telemed appointment with my psychiatrist. I'm trying to, that is the Emmett sisters, and they are on Spotify. And what's that other one? Band something. And they're out of Portland. I don't think they have a record contract because it's not copywritten when I use it. And I just love her voice. It's so soothing. That's three sisters. But anyway, yeah, so I had my telemed appointment this morning with my psychiatrist, and diagnosing me with whatever the hell it is I got, right? And so I'm signed up to start my courses at our local community college, and I've got to get some dots dotted and some T's crossed before I can begin that. And that was one of the things I needed to do, was get a proper diagnosis for my learning disability. So now that I have that, I can move forward. So it's going to be a process, and that's okay, because my timeline is, in August, I get the device taken off my car, the blow and go. And so I'm hoping to have my license by then, my real estate license. I'm hoping that's my timeline, a good 6 months. Tie up some loose ends that I need to do, and get that done. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I love her voice too, Jackie. And thank you so much for coming. Put on my camera for a minute. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, ladies. So, turn that back off here. So I'm not really gonna cover any of the drama that's going on right now in the drama channels, because I really hate it when it turns back on me, and it ruins my channel. It ruins the fun for everybody else. It throws me off my topic. And so I hope that y'all enjoy the topic that I decided. I didn't really want to cover any of the yucky stuff going on in the world. As y'all know, if you follow me, the law was out here yesterday because there was a standoff and a shooting. And when the forensic van shows up, you know that someone didn't make it. And so they were out here till late last night with all the police cars, all the ambulance and first responder or fire trucks. And we went live when everyone was the standoff was happening, and everyone was sort of going batshit crazy in my apartment building. The minute we got back from door dashing, our neighbors came and knocked on the door and said, "Don't go anywhere near the windows. They're out here shooting at each other." And so we were the fourth person to call that heard gunfire. And so I don't know how many got shot, but there was a lot of buses out here, if you know what that terminology means. So I don't really want to cover any true crime. That was sort of traumatic yesterday. And like I did my telemed this morning. I'm what's the word? Hibernating instead of going out in public. It was, eventful to say the least. So, anywho, I thought that I would cover something that has nothing to do with anything. It fell in my news feed, and I never knew this. I really, enjoyed a lot of shows that the Spellings put out years ago, like Love Boat and that kind of thing. Dynasty, that was one of theirs. And I did not know that they had this great big huge mansion that burned to the ground in California when all of the Palisades caught fire. And their house, it was so big and so massive, they called it the Manor, and they entertained folks such as Prince Charles and the like. Hey, Max, good to see you. Good to see you. Woo, thank you for joining me. And I'm still in my jammies. See my peanuts jammies? Because I am Lucy Van Pelt. I'll give you 5 reasons why you should watch me today. Anyways. Yeah, good to see you, Margaret. So we're going to look at their huge ass house that burned to the ground. It's very interesting. The whole story is very interesting. There's several documentaries about it and even an interview with her a couple of years ago. She's sort of had her outs with her daughter, Tori Spelling. And so I hope that this interests you, because it did me. It broke my heart when they were covering the fact that it burned to the ground. I thought, holy cow. It's incredible. So we'll go watch this. Let me share my screen. And we're going to do this one. I got to rewind it here because
and he knew
several of them on the topic. Let me get through this commercial.
$56,500 square feet. In the Manor, you'll find 14 bedrooms, 27 bathrooms, a doll museum, a bowling alley, 3 gift wrapping rooms.
I think he did 90210
a dining room
too.
that seats
Didn't
30,
he? I think.
a custom-built library, formal breakfast room, media room with a 60-foot screen, a rooftop rose garden, and parking for 100 cars. Candy and Aaron Spelling were married in 1968 and had 2 children, Tori and Randy. By the 1980s, TV producer Aaron Spelling was on top of his game, with primetime hits like Dynasty, Love Boat, Melrose Place, and Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I know,
90210.
right?
He held the
What
Guinness
kind of
record as
gifts
the
was
world's
she
most
given?
prolific TV producer.
I thought,
Title he
holy
still
cow,
holds
she
today.
had several
His
gift
multi-million-dollar
wrapping
fortune allowed
rooms.
them to
What
build a
the
home that
world?
was truly their castle.
he wanted a home that had everything, and this was going to be our family home forever. And
I like
we set
her.
out
She's
to build
very down to
everything that
earth.
we wanted to have.
Her personality reminds me of Barbara D'Angelo. Barbara D'Angelo plays the mother in all of the vacation movies with Chevy Chase. She gives me off that warm, down to earth. She doesn't come off snooty patootie at all. Yeah, I like her. She's the mom, Candy. That's Candy Spelling. She just comes off real down to earth.
The Spellings purchased the Bing Crosby estate in 1983. They decided to tear down the existing house to build.
Now that broke my heart too. The fact that she bought Bing Crosby's home and tore it completely down. Could you imagine the nostalgia? But it's gone. Bing Crosby house was flattened so that they could put up the manor.
Their dream home from the ground up. The massive construction project began in 1986. There were over 150 skilled workers on site each day building the manor with over.
Jackie, honey, I understand. I wasn't even going to go live today. I understand. I get in my funks. And like when that happened across the street, it makes me not want to leave the house, with my daughter being murdered, especially by gunfire. So it really does sort of bring out the CPTSD I have. Who needs Bing when you can act right? Yeah, I thought of you when I made some memes on my AI, and I made some songs. I'm going to hell because I'm using all the water. Nobody can get baptized because I'm using it all up making my damn songs.
500 tons of steel. Thus began one of the most impressive home building sites in American history.
My husband wanted a ranch, and I'm like, oh no, we were just going to buy another house, and now you want a ranch too. I said, what about it?
It really did, because they wanted to come talk to everybody. And you never know, damn, is the dealer watching us talk to the cops? Is he going to slice my tires? I mean, so I put a board up on my window so it couldn't be broken into in my back door window. It does. I used all the water and someone can't get baptized because of me. Oh, God. Oh, God.
If we
all
put
my
it all into
fault.
one. When it started out, Tori was going to have a zoo. What we ended up doing
They were
is
gonna
by
have
the
a
time
zoo.
we moved in, Tori was 17 years old, and we didn't have to put the zoo in, which I was very thankful for. That might have been a whole different zoning, I'm not sure.
She said it turned out way bigger than she meant it to,
In building
because she
this
didn't
house,
understand
we both were very
the
involved in the
architectural
beginning, and then my
plans and
husband
all.
said,
That would be me.
"Ah,
I
this
would
is
have
not
it all
what I
fucked
do."
up, man.
His philosophy always
Excuse
was,
my
I
French.
need to pay for this house, so I'm going to work and you design the house. I love everything you do. I love everything that you pick out. It was his way of really getting out of having to do it, I think.
This is the closest tree to the house, is this one right here.
Sometimes I would say to him, you like this fabric better than this
I
one?
like
And he would
comedy
say,
too when I'm in a funk.
I,
I'll tell you
whatever
the
you
two
decide,
that I
will be
like. I
perfect."
mean, y'all know I'm inner city here. I like Cat Williams and Chappelle. To me, they are funny as hell. I love them. No, Bella.
It was really my responsibility. He went to work and he did television, and I built the house.
Well, this is the start of our new home.
Doesn't she come off real down to earth?
Good luck.
As the mansion took shape, Aaron Spelling scored unprecedented TV success with a total of 4,501 hours of primetime television on the air. From the beginning, the mansion caused controversy. Construction continued for 7 years, bringing tourists and paparazzi to the exclusive neighborhood. Neighbors were shocked that
She said it took them 7 years to build that. 7 years. Isn't that cray-cray?
the massive size of the French chateau, which dwarfed the other homes in the area. Mrs. Spelling oversaw every aspect of the construction, including the installation of 170,000 glass tiles in the swimming pool. The driveway was laid by hand with over 200,000 granite pavers.
I decided I wanted a French house, but because I did not understand how plans worked, and I didn't understand
didn't
how to read
understand how
drawings, as I
plans
eventually
worked.
learned I obviously had made the house too big, and he said, "You can't spend this much. We're not having this big of a house." And we cut an entire wing off the house. I mean, it was really even bigger. And that's my fault. I didn't understand plans. I understand them now, but I probably would not have built this house as big as it is. So
300 feet bigger than the Beverly Hills
300
Hotel.
feet bigger
In
than
fact,
the
the Manor
Beverly
is as big
Hills
as a football
Hotel.
field.
Hold on a second. He said it was. She said she didn't understand these plans and that it just kept growing and growing. Now, they took advantage of her not knowing and they just kept making her spend more money. Cat Williams is hilarious. He does. He is so dead on too. Why did Tori get cut off from the money? We're going to cover that in just a second. Yep. It's very interesting.
Learned. I obviously had made the house too big, and he said, "You can't spend this much. We're not having this."
I know.
Big of a
I felt
house."
so bad
And we
for her
cut an
too.
entire
'Cause
wing off the house.
and then she
it
went
was
through all
really
that with her
even bigger.
husband.
And that's my fault. I didn't understand plans. I understand them now, but I probably would not have built this house as big as it is. So
I feel like the
300
builder
feet bigger than the Beverly Hills Hotel.
took advantage of her,
In
don't
fact, the
y'all?
Manor is as big as a football field, bigger than Taj Mahal, and even bigger than the White House. Candy wasn't just building a house. She was setting the stage for entertaining the brightest stars in Hollywood, and the Spellings knew the importance of a grand entrance.
I would say that the grand staircase is probably my favorite part of this house. Every time I would see it going with the wind, and Vivian Lee would come down that staircase, it was like, I want to have a going with the wind staircase in my house.
That's
that was my inspiration
beautiful.
for building it. It was done in Texas, and it's all one.
Now I want to tell y'all something. Y'all are going to smack me upside the head like my mama did. My first husband, not Amanda's dad. I wasn't married to Amanda's dad. I was married to my middle child's dad. And he's a tech giant in Charlotte, North Carolina. And he and his wife got back together after we divorced. So he got back together with his first wife after we divorced. And she is the Flowers Bakery heiress. If you've ever heard of Flowers Bakery, most of your bread comes from there. And I could never understand why her mother was always offering me baked goods. Because I'm an idiot. I was young and dumb when I divorced him, but he and her bought a house very similar to this inside. They had the split staircase like this. It was incredible. They don't have it anymore, but it was definitely a mansion for Gastonia purposes. And so when I saw this, it caught my eye. I was like, I gotta watch this show. What is this? I've seen this staircase very similar to what my ex-husband and his wife had. They're not together anymore either, but such is life. Just gorgeous. So it caught my eye, and that's why I had to watch this show. Yes, I'm in public housing now on my third marriage.
Continuous piece. There wasn't anyone that I could find locally that
Not
could
really
build
third
anything
marriage,
of that
second
size and
marriage, but you get
magnitude.
me.
That
My
had to be
daughter's
shipped to Los
father and I
Angeles
were
and
together from,
installed
like,
all at one time.
We
My
went
name's
to the
Robert
prom
Dowley.
together, and we were
I've
together
been
until
Mrs.
I was
Billings' designer for 37 years.
21.
I played
We're
a big
together
part
4
in this
years,
house.
whatever the math is
It
on
was a
that.
big project. In
Hey,
the beginning,
Lips,
we
good to
traveled
see you,
Europe
girl.
and bought a lot of
Hey.
the pieces that are in this house. Eclectic French. Took us from beginning to end about 8 years.
Mrs. Spelling and her designer traveled across Europe, hand collecting thousands of antiques from England, Italy, and France.
Well, she's always known what she
I gotta
wanted.
use these
She
sound
has a very good
effects so I
sense
don't
of
get
style.
struck.
She has a good sense of decoration.
The trips that I had to take to Europe
She
to bring
seems
back
so
every
down
antique
to earth.
fireplace.
She
I
went and
didn't
bought,
want
she said she flew to Europe and got all these pieces because she didn't have one single piece of used anything. She went abroad so that she could get fixtures that were vintage. Isn't that neat? I'll back it up so you can hear it. I was talking over it.
anyone that I could find locally locally that could build anything of that size and magnitude. That had to be shipped to Los Angeles and installed all at one time.
My name is Robert Dowley. I've been Mrs. Billings' designer for 37 years. I played a big part in this house.
You know, he took
It's a
some
big project. In the beginning, we traveled to
advantage
Europe
of her
and bought a lot
not
of the
knowing
pieces that
how
are
to
in
do
house.
this.
Eclectic French. Took us from beginning to end about 8 years.
Mrs. Spelling and her design traveled across Europe, hand collecting thousands of antiques from England, Italy, and France.
Well, she's always known what she wanted. She has a very good sense of style. She has a good sense of decoration.
The trips that I had to take to Europe to bring back
Here
every
she's talking
antique
about it.
fireplace. I didn't want new anything. There's not a fireplace in this house that's new. There's not a chandelier or a sconce in this house that's new. It was all purchased in
Isn't that
Europe.
gorgeous?
I needed to give the house integrity.
It was so big they called it the Manor.
If I were him, I'd bundle my...
You get through this commercial. Isn't that crazy? And just think growing up as a kid in it. Could you
What
imagine
makes
being just
this
a little darn
house, the
kid
Manor,
running around
different
in
from
it?
other houses is, first of all, it's almost on 5 flat acres of land with access and egress in 2 different places, which is very unusual. My front driveway is built wide enough that a car can be coming up and a car can be going down. If you look around the rooms, there isn't a room in the house that does not have
Isn't
windows.
that gorgeous?
Every room
Look at the
opens up to
round rooms.
fabulous sunlight and or beautiful
I love
terraces
that.
for the outdoors. There are no air conditioning vents anywhere. It's all in the crowns where the ceiling is dropped. I've never
No
seen that done
air
anywhere.
conditioning ducts.
Thank you for inviting me to the housewarming for your house, Candy.
In your house, the Manor.
And I want to tell you that I will always remember this because I know from this day on, this is what we will live on.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, I'm going to speed it up here and we'll get to the part about the kit. Oh, wait till you see this right here. Let me show you this.
The sense that they would kind of go this direction. Almost everybody got served at the same time. This looks like a lot of silver.
That is her
but,
silver
you know, when you
room.
entertain
Nothing but
people like
silver is in there.
Nancy and President Reagan or Prince Charles, you have to have all these things. And maybe it might have gotten a little out of hand.
Another
Like a
commercial.
relentless
Sorry,
weed.
y'all. I'll get through it real fast here.
Candy's humidity-controlled silver room has walls lined with
Humidity
silver cloth to
controlled
prevent
silver
tarnishing.
room. Look at
Her
all that
attention
silver.
to detail blends extravagance and practicality.
Everything has to
And she's got
be
her wine
Rothschild.
room.
I
Look at
bought
the wine.
years 1923 and 1945. The best years of all the good French red Bordeaux's. You can open up these cabinets and there's even more wine all the way around. You know, these are
Look at all that
bottles.
wine, and
I
even
thought
in the
maybe Aaron and I
drawers.
would drink, but you know, I've still got a lot of wine. As my husband kept having
Hold
more
on,
and
my
more
family
shows on
just
the air,
walked in the
we
door.
had to do a lot of entertaining. There were a lot of executives. There were a lot of stars. When we talk about stars, it was Jack Lemmon. It was
Check
Rock
this out. All
Hudson.
these
It was
kinds of
Linda
people
Evans.
were in
it
and
was
out.
Joan Collins. In fact, Joan kept saying, you never invite me to your movie screenings. And I said, okay, Joan, I'm going to invite you, but you have to come with no makeup.
Let's go to some of the fancy. Oh, yeah, she has a bowling alley. I'll show you all
Just
the bowling
whatever
alley.
anyone wanted to do.
There's the
People
screening
bowling.
room and the
I have a
bowling alley.
But not just a bowling alley. I have a bowling alley for 2. My husband, who was really big on the bowling, he couldn't go to bowling alleys like every other person because there would be somebody that would come up to him and said, I just want to give you my headshot.
I
Maybe
get that.
you could use me on one of your shows.
I
And
can
that was
understand
his
why
induction.
he wanted anonymity.
The largest property in Los Angeles.
The largest property in Los Angeles.
My husband, he loved
Yeah, she
people.
was great.
And I have to tell you, he shocked me one day. The tour bus was stopped right in front of our gate, and the gate was now open because
Those
we were
type
going
books,
in.
I miss
Gets out,
those.
gets
See, I want to get you to
He competed at one time, and that was really his favorite area. And then there's a game room. When I get really stressed, I come down to this room because I've got
It's a
machines
game
and I play
room.
Pac-Man
For
and I
Tori's
play
brother,
Aaron's
her
pinball
son.
machine.
He had his own game room.
I think everybody's home has one room that is the dearest to them because of their spouse. And mine is the library.
My favorite room is Mr. Spelling's office.
His office was the library. Look at all these books.
We had them in our little, inexpensive 1,800 square foot house. Of course, we ran out of room. So then I designed the room so that he would have to be 110 in order to fill all those shelves. The scripts, of course, it was more than I could possibly take with me, but I'm so happy that they're going to be at Boston University.
They were donated to Boston University, she said. Now look at her wacko doll room.
Were really my daughter's dolls, and she said one morning, these scare me.
With all this talk about PG, Prayer Garden, having a baby, and then, you know, Betty and all, this also made me think I should cover this.
I wake up and I see these faces looking at me, and so she said, why don't you admit they're really your dolls, Mom? Consequently, the collection got much, much, much larger.
Candy estimates she has well over 1,000 dolls. 75% of those are rare Madame Alexander dolls from the 1930s through the 1970s.
It's a lot of dolls, and I don't even have them all out. They're beautiful faces,
Check them out.
And they don't talk back to me.
They don't talk back. That's funny. Okay, now she's still showing the dolls.
To buy him because he doesn't really have hobbies, and I started buying him automatons every time there was an occasion, and at that point he said, please, no more dolls, no more automatons. I'm done collecting. But of course I plastic bin, air them, and then I would mark each one and I'd put a special cover the tag so the tag didn't get damaged. Am I going to get rid of them when I sell the house? Absolutely. The only sad thing is I...
Okay, now we're going to skip on up to... Okay, we're going to go to...
If you have the opportunity to do Cartier, do it.
Gonna get to the other drama here.
Was it a hard decision for you to sell the manor, like when you finally decided to downsize? I mean, and I use downsize. I'm aware of where you live in LA now. You have a huge place and a gorgeous condominium. So let's just say downsize. Was that like a hard decision though, or?
It was a hard decision, but you know what? When you have kids that are totally grown, that have their own families, and large families at that, and one of them doesn't even live in the city. And my husband's gone, and all I have is a dog that, love my yard.
Okay, so she sold the house. Now, is this going to talk about it burning?
And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I said, I don't know what you're going to do. He said, we have to shop this thing to other networks.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me get to the part where it...
This is the burned-down Malibu home of writer and theater producer Candy Spelling, which burned down in the Palisades wildfire. The home is worth an estimated $23 million and is located on La Costa Beach. It is a large home with 7 bedrooms and 8,000 square feet. Candy Spelling shared that she is in shock and trying to process the loss. This is the burned-down Malibu home of writer and theater producer Candy Spelling.
I could not imagine having a home like that and it wound up. Jackie, the best thing I can say is to just remember that this is YouTube and most things are not real. It took me about 6 months for that punch to the gut to happen to me. So, I don't know that I want to be a part of that. Do you know what I mean? So I try to stay IRL as much as I can.
Candy Spelling is dominating celebrity feeds at age 80 after her striking new magazine cover went viral today. The Broadway producer and mother of Tori Spelling appeared on the February and March issue of Westlake Malibu lifestyle magazine with a dramatically youthful look. Fans quickly compared her cover photo to younger stars like Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, that was some definite AI stuff going on. Here's another one on it.
Candy Spelling, widow of TV producer Aaron Spelling, owned a French chateau-style mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles, known as the Manor. Completed in 1991, the 56,500 square foot estate featured 123 rooms. In 2011, she sold the property for $85 million. In January 2025, Candy's Malibu beach house, a 7-bedroom retreat on La Costa Beach, was destroyed in the Los Angeles wildfires.
Isn't that sad? What, honey?
We delivered the wine, and her ID was canceled. It was not valid, so I had to pour the wine out. It's another picture of it.
Oh my God, that's insane.
They paid me $15 extra to do that.
Wow. So why didn't they just have you return it?
Because Audi wouldn't take it back.
Of course. Yeah, I mean that was my growing up house, the real formative years, my earliest memories. And then the Manor, I remember when I would go over, my parents would take me over.
This is the brother of Tori and son of Candy's.
And as a kid, it is so hard to envision rooms when the house is open and there's just framing up. And so my mom's trying to describe to me, oh, this is this room and this is this room. And after 5 minutes, straight over my head, and I want to go play. So I couldn't grasp the enormity of it and what it was going to be until it was constructed. We moved in, moving in, furniture still coming in, and I wasn't used to the house. And it was kind of scary for the first week because it was huge. And I thought, oh my gosh,
I could imagine.
To get food.
It was what they said, 12?
It's going to be a long way. But, after a few weeks being 12 years old, finding paths to skateboard outside the house and ways of playing hide and seek with my friends and running around, it became fun and enjoyable very quickly.
Did you not want to move? Because kids are just like, why are we moving?
Yeah, I was sentimental. I really loved our other house, and
he looks old now, don't he?
Right? It housed our
How
family,
old is he?
It housed our memories. So the change was.
I know he said that he rode his scooter and roller skates through it after he got used to it.
And even as a young kid, you had enough ability to say oh my God, this house is huge.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean.
Let's see if it gets to the part about being left out of his will.
Child of celebrities. When do you realize that? Is it? Yeah.
I don't remember a moment where it occurred to me, oh, wow, this is so different. I do remember growing up, even though we lived in a wealthy neighborhood, and a lot of my dad didn't fly, so it was funny to come back from a
That's
holiday
interesting.
break.
I didn't know that.
A lot of kids would go to Hawaii, or they would take these trips, and I would always be envious because of these trips that we didn't go on. But I remember, a limo would show up, and for Christmas carols or something in my elementary school.
See if it gets to the
really
part
became apparent on when 90210 came out. Because when that came out, 90210 came out, because all of my dad's shows previous to Beverly Hills 90210, I was young, so I didn't get Dynasty was so big or Love Boat. I didn't even watch
That's
that.
interesting. You didn't
And it was
realize
on
that
late
was
at
that
night, and it
big.
just wasn't appropriate for me. So by the time I really
See.
It was my first class. I think I was in 8th or 9th grade. I can't remember. And I walk in and everyone is cheering. Donna Martin graduates. Donna Martin graduates. And at that point, I thought, okay, obviously this is different than the norm.
This is huge. A heart like any of these, just, I mean, these are.
Can I sit and drink real quick? Please, sir. I'm trying to find this story about why they got left out of the will. Tori Spelling's mom maintains very stony silence as she asked why she isn't using 400 million fortune. Shocks with studying the magazine cover. Let's see, where was it? I didn't know she passed. Did she pass? No, she was just on the cover of a magazine. Okay, Tori Spelling's mother, Candy, reveals the mansion burned to the ground in Palisades fire. Don't want that. Tori Spelling's mother reveals she tragically lost her $23 million vacation home in Malibu as a result of the Palisades fire. In shock, processing this massive loss, beyond grateful for the memories. Wow. Could you imagine? Gee whiz. Let's see if we can find out why they weren't left anything. Thank you.
What do you think is like the biggest misconception of your father, your mother, Tori? I mean, there's a lot of probably things that are misconceived.
That's me, so I don't get struck. Sorry, I gotta.
And it doesn't have to be the same
make
for
it
all
different.
three.
Right. I have no idea. I'm not even sure how to answer that.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I am not sure of what the popular perception is to know what a misconception would be. Again, I really do my best not to.
Okay, well, he's out of touch with reality. Let's see. Let's see. Well, here's the video from yesterday, and then I got to get off here. And they got their guns drawn.
Yeah. They got the dude with the man bun.
They did? Arrested? Yes, just two.
Took him around the corner and talked to him.
Here. Hold it down. Hold it down so I don't take my phone. This was across the street from our house, our apartment.
Life in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
Hey, there's somebody inside this apartment over here. No, there's one cop there with the gun drawn, one there, and they're surrounding this apartment. The dope dealer, yeah.
Kids were out there yesterday too. It was so sad. I don't know why he wouldn't go to the very end and videotape. We could see better. Don't know.
Gosh.
He doesn't do as he's told. Yeah. From what we were told, he had been letting some people stay there, stay warm, and they got into it with each other.
Fire truck up because of the gun play.
This was during the standoff. He wouldn't come to the door. So they surrounded that whole building and made the fire truck back up. 'cause they were shooting at each other right in front of our apartment. Y'all don't think that I should film. I kind of think I should. At least I'll get it on video if something happens to us. Y'all like to stream if you don't mind, please. And those of you from Facebook watching, if y'all would like to stream, thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep it normal today. No trolls are coming in today. So again, that was right across the street from our apartment yesterday. It was very unnerving, to say the least.
It's still coming.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. Stop, children, what's the sound? Everybody look
The
what's
ambulance
going
is here. They parked
down.
way up the street. They're keeping them back. That cop was watching that apartment.
Hey, what's the sound? Everybody look what's going down.
This dude has a shotgun.
Yeah, it was a standoff for quite a
That
while.
dude has an assault rifle. This guy's got an assault rifle. The one that just pulled up.
Someone's obviously been shot, or they wouldn't have told him to pull around down.
No, they
I'll like, please, live stream.
They told the fire truck to back up and get out of here.
It was crazy, definitely crazy.
He's got some prostitutes that work for him.
Well, the dude with the man bun came out and talked to the cops and took him around the back.
So
Isn't that crazy? Don't believe that.
Obviously.
Unbelievable. So, let's see if I can put my little thing off to the side here. All right, so that's what happened yesterday. Well, I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all had a great afternoon, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you again. Appreciate you.
I am going for a run in Portland, and I am going for a run in Portland, and it is a heat advisory warning, and it's very hot. But luckily, my neighbor have some blueberries for me to eat, and they're very refreshing. These are not blueberries. I am
Bada bing, bada boom. Get over here. Get out of here.
Bye-bye. Thanks now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Go, Monty, go, 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 go!
He's got green grass in front of him. He's at the 5. Touchdown!
Woo!
Come right along with Gypsy.
Tells the wind all her secrets. They blow out to sea, wash up on beaches. Then the water knows her truths. And when the moon lights up her face, her freckles mirror the stars in space. And she knows where she came from. Bravely climbs her greatest mountains, walks 1,000 miles, but who's counting? Then one day she sees how far she's come. She knows she's never alone, for in her body she's found home, and the freedom is so sweet. Got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. She leaves away footprints. She finds stillness in the movement and peace from the pain. For each wound is a teacher. She finds strength in what she thought would beat her, but no scar is left in vain. She sees the truth behind the lies. Fear wears such a great disguise, but it is love that wins the game. So she bets it all for love, doubles her fortune, buys a new pair of gloves, so she can sleep under the stars. She's got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. When put in words, it's my human revolution. When put in motion, it won't stop moving. I've got a gypsy soul